Pete, what happened with Ethan Tosa?
He turned his ankle in the game, and just out in space, he was running in an open area, and he turned his ankle, and it just flared up. I was surprised that it, for how it looked, that it didn't respond. But he's certainly got something. We found it on the MRI and all that, so we got to take care of him.
More than this week, it sounds like.
I don't know that. I don't know that.
Justin Britt's chances of playing?
We're going to go all the way up to game time with that one and see how he's doing. He's feeling way better, and didn't get to work this week though. But he's been out there with us a long time, and he knows what's going on. So he could play on Sunday in this instance.
If Joey Hunt has to start, how do you feel about him and kind of what he's done?
Joey did really well last week when he played, and he's always done well when he's in there. He's a really savvy football player, and he's strong and tough and all that. He's always answered the call when we needed him, so we're fine with him, and we got good work with him in the huddle and making calls and all the things that he does, and he's one of our smartest guys and has always been great at all that.
With KJ's out and then Michael Kendricks has something, what's your situation there?
Michael just came down wrong on his foot yesterday, and it's just sore, so we think it's going to be okay. It's not swollen or any of that, but we just want to make sure that we don't overwork him going into it.
How has DJ Fluker gotten back into things this week?
It just smooth as silk. He just got right back in and took all the reps and really did a good job throughout. He's ready to go. It's great to have him back. He's got such a great spirit, and he's such a tough guy. It's really nice to have him back in the huddle.
Any more read on Baldwin and/or Wright for next week?
Doug ran really well the last couple days. He's going to take tomorrow off, I believe. Now he's went 4 straight days, so that's a really good sign. He's feeling really good about it. So, I don't know what to tell you about projecting that, but he was weaving and running and changing direction some and all that today, so he's coming close. KJ's it's going slow.
Earl wasn't out there for stretches or warm-ups?
Yeah, he couldn't work today.
Did he physically? He played everything but one snap, I think. How did he come out physically? Earl?
Fine. Came out fine.
Russell had the hamstring, but he said he's fine, or?
Yeah, he's made it through. We haven't seen him, he's been treating it, but he's fine. He's been through a lot with stuff, and he knows what he's doing, and he made it through. He doesn't feel like it bothers him at all now.
To clarify on Earl, you said Earl couldn't work today, or?
Yes.
Is there a chance he's not going to play?
We'll see how he's doing. We'll make sure he's okay.
What's the
Injury related? Or?
No, he's got some other stuff going on. We're working on.
Personal nature,
Yeah.
or?
Yes, it's personal nature. That's why I'm not talking about it.
Thank you.
With no Ethan, then what does that do with JR?
JR is ready to go. He's going to start on the left side.
I know you guys, when you brought him in, you started working him there. He's always been a right side guy. How's he kind of adjusted to that?
He says it's no problem for him at all. He's never even balked at it for a second. Feels very comfortable doing it. He's had a lot of work there with us, not in the games but in practice. So it's something we've had in mind a long time when we brought him in, that he would be able to compete for that spot if Fluke held on to his spot, and so it's worked out where now he gets a chance. So it's a good chance for us to see those guys go together and play at the same time.
Pete, look at Dallas' defensive front and the way the way they attack. What do you think offensively, especially in the run game, you guys might be able to exploit?
Well, we have to keep them from penetrating. Their design. Rod has always had his guys coming off the rock and trying to get in the backfield, and they stun a lot to do that. And so we have to be really sharp at our pickups and really clear about how we're making our calls and stuff. So for the most part, you have to be on point with picking up their movement. That's what's really crucial. And with Sean back there, Smith, those guys are really good scraping and working off of them. So it's a nice front, and they're very active. They looked great last week against the Giants, and really showed their best, I thought.
What did you think? Tender Thompson played some last week. What did you think of him?
He's doing fine. Yeah, he's doing fine. He hasn't taken anything but positive steps the whole time he's had this, really in this offseason all the way through the games and everything. He's done really well. So he can do a lot of stuff. He can cover man to man. He can play his own stuff and all of the things that we want to do, the tricks and all. He's really on it. So he's a good ball player.
Given sort of the shape, the differences in the secondary and sort of the uncertainty going into the year and Earl not being around, how have you felt like the secondary as a whole sort of come together?
Well, with save a couple mistakes in the first game. Really, the guys have played very well, and they've really hawked the football well and been after it and turned the thing over really nice for us. Been on top, we've been solid, and as a group has tackled well too. So they played really good. Be good to see Trey back this weekend. He'll get back out there, and he'll continue to progress. He's obviously a new guy, but he's made great great movement forward throughout the entire offseason and really in preseason. So he's ready to go. Be great to have him out on the field again.
Shaquem improved in the areas you wanted to see after maybe his first game?
Yeah, it's just time, him growing. You know, it's just a brand new player at a brand new spot, and he's learning, and so there's a ton of growth for him. And it's really just seeing things over and over and over and getting the reps, you know, and he hasn't, you know, he's just a new guy, but he's all but maxed out his opportunity. He made tons of tackles. He's been running and hitting. He's done a good job. We don't hesitate to put him in the game. If we can allow him to continue to grow in bits and pieces rather than just have to throw him out there, I would rather do it that way if we could with him. And it's always the same thought with new guys. You know, we'd like the new guys to be able to have success and do what they do well and keep them making progress and expand as we go. Once in a while, a guy has to get thrown in there in a spot, and it's hard for them to make that kind of progress, and it's really a challenge for them, and they're in kind of a survival mode. So we're trying to manage that as well as we can with different guys that are playing. If it fits right and they can handle the load, then we'll give it to them. But we like to take guys along at a good pace so that they can really make good positive growth and progress along the way.
The right corner spot. Does Trey jump back in there, or how did he make it through the week?
He was fine. He was full go the whole time.
What are the advantages of maybe having a 1A and 1B at running back versus having maybe just one guy?
Yeah, you know, for years we've been through having choices at the running back spot, and it's always worked out fine. I don't have any problem with it at all. If a guy becomes the clear-cut dominant number one dude, then you know we go with him. But usually it's when you have a couple guys, it's better for the long haul. It's better to share the load, keep them fresh, keep them sharp and strong, and all that. And then go whomever's hot, you know, and however that works out. Did I say whomever? I don't think that fit right there. Whoever's hot, and a little grammar check. And that's just the way we've done it. And it's really it keeps it competitive. It keeps the guys battling for their playtime. It keeps them on their toes, and I think in a really positive way. So I think for the long haul, it's really a good thing. And we'll see how they fit together. You know, it's going to take us a while before we know that.
Anything else? Thank you.
All right. See you guys.
Let's do Danny.